Hey, what's up YouTube? And in today's video we're going to be talking about the top 3 hand cannons on controller in the current PvP meta. Alright, starting off, let's get right into it. We got the Dire Promise. This is my favorite hand cannon currently. I absolutely love it. It's so snappy and it just feels crispy. Now, what you want on this Dire Promise is the most range possible because you are using a controller. Or you could go with Fast Draw to give you that increase in handling, but you definitely want to prioritize range on a controller. Now, next up, you definitely want Ricochet rounds, which increases the stability and gives you that increase in range. And you really want to prioritize range when you're on a controller. Now, for the third slot, definitely we need Opening Shot. Opening Shot gives you an increase of aim assist. And on top of that, increases the range. Definitely need this perk. And last but not least, highly recommend a Rangefinder. Rangefinder gives you that increase of range, obviously, when aiming down at this weapon. And 100%, we need that range for Dire Promise. We're on a controller. We need to maximize our range. And Opening Shot Rangefinder is perfect for this setup. Now, last but not least, you definitely want a range masterwork just to give you that increase, last bit of range so you can compete from far distances with your controller. And on top of that, let's get into why we want the Dire Promise on this list. The reason why I like Dire Promise so much is because it's so consistent. It's actually one of my favorite hand cannons for that reason. At certain ranges and certain engagements, I know for a fact I can win my gunfight, especially with hipfire being so consistent on this weapon as well. On top of this weapon being a lightweight frame, which gives you faster movement while this weapon is equipped, it is the most consistent legendary hand cannon I've used personally. I cannot explain how many times I've hit crit shots from far ranges and hip-fired this thing from absolute ridiculous ranges, and it still hits the target. I'm absolutely in love with this weapon. It's my most used weapon currently in the Crucible. This 100%, in my opinion, is the best legendary hand cannon out there for you on a controller. On top of that, it's very easy to obtain. You can get it from Prime Engrams, other endgame activities, and you can get it from Lord Shacks through the Crucible tokens. Consistency, it being legendary, and on top of that, the weapon is not being sunset for Beyond Light. This is what you need in the Crucible for a controller, man. This is the ideal weapon for you, ideal weapon for me, and I personally love this gun. One of my most favorite hand cannons, again, like I said. And on top of that, you don't have to worry about an exotic slot being taken up. Very consistent, very fast, very snappy. Nothing more to say. This weapon is ideally for you if you are on a controller, looking for that range, looking for that consistency. This is the weapon for you. All right, let's get into one of the dopest exotics in the game. We got the Thorn. Now, the reason why it's the dopest is because, have you seen this freaking thing? It's absolutely beautiful. I just wanted to put that out there. Okay, getting into the perks, we've got Corkscrew Rifling, we got Accurized Rounds, Soul Devourer, and Textured Grip. Now, on top of Thorn being super consistent on a controller, it comes with an exotic perk called Mark of the Devourer, which does double damage over time. Kills with this weapon leaves behind Remnant. So you basically kill an enemy, go over his body, pick up the Revenant, and you can do double damage on your next hit. Now, on top of this, it is really good for stopping revives and trials. On top of being annoying to your enemy team, this weapon absolutely shreds. I love using it in the Crucible. It just reminds me of Destiny 1, gives me that nostalgic feel. It's very consistent on a controller, and the aim assist on it just is nutty, man. You got to try this out. If you love a consistent 150 in the Crucible and it needs to be an exotic with a good range and you need it quickly, this is your hand cannon to go to. Absolutely love it. Nothing but consistency. And on top of that, the 2-taps are crispy, man. And I don't think you can get that anywhere else when it comes to the Crucible. The feeling of being able to 2-tap your enemy is just so satisfying. I highly recommend getting this weapon ASAP. 100% needed on a controller. Now, saving the best for last, we got the last word. Now, let me tell you why this is the best hand cannon on controller. This is the fastest time to kill hand cannon on controller, and it's literally easy mode. This thing freaking melts. Let's get right into the perks. We got Corkscrew Rifling, Accurized Rounds, Hipfire Grip, and last but not least, Textured Grip. The last word is a 225 RPM hand cannon with an exotic perk that fires full auto. Hipfire shots deal bonus precision damage while increased reload speed and accuracy. The last word is definitely the strongest hand cannon on this list because of its time to kill. And on top of that, it not being sunset just gives it more of a probability to be used in the future when it comes to trials and other end game PvP activities. Man, oh man, do I love this hand cannon. This thing literally shreds. If you need to go against shotgun warriors, if you need to save yourselves in sticky situations, last word on a controller is the way to go. This thing absolutely shreds. I would highly recommend this because it's an exotic on top of that. It's not being sunset. And the TTK on this is so fast. It's actually nutty, guys. The last word on the hand cannon is definitely the strongest. It has the fastest time to kill. You can pair it with a sniper. You can pair it with an exotic boots called a Lucky Pants. You have so many viable options with this fast TTK hand cannon. So consistent, and it fires in full auto. Definitely the best hand cannon on a controller. This is the most important thing about the last word. You must hip fire. Do not ADS with this weapon. It is much more accurate and does way more damage when you do not aim down sights. Remember, guys, the keyword: do not ADS with this weapon, which means you do not aim down sights at all with this weapon. You can do it periodically from time to time to kind of get your aim towards where you want it, but you have to hip fire after that. No matter what, hip fire is the way to go to with this weapon. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. If this video helped you out in any single way, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Put a comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.